Apologies. I'm stuffing my face with a protein yogurt as well. I was saying to Shannon that I'm absolutely fucked after that run.
4K was it?
4K, mate. First one since the half marathon in October. I was sort of saying I was aiming for a 5K, but by the time I'd done the loop, I'd run out of road. I'd got home, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to keep running past my house and do another fucking 1,000 meters. Do you know what I mean? So I just called it at 4K and went in. But felt okay. My knees feeling fine. The sorest thing for me was putting the running shoes back on because they're so fucking narrow.
What running shoes do you use?
It's Saucony endorphins,
Yeah.
and I fully regret that decision. I should have got Brooks because I've got, Rachel says I've got hobbit feet.
I use I always thought that like running shoes were all a bit of like fucking woke nonsense. I got the Nike, I don't even know what they're called. I went into the shop and I was like, what's the most expensive running shoe that you have? So I picked that up because I like they must be good. Um Mate, honestly, it's like running on a trampoline, man. It's like you just bounce, like literally feels. Man, see when I run on a treadmill with it, honestly, I feel like just bounce, bounce, bounce. Like I'm fully convinced if I ran with normal running shoes that my pace is probably a 6 minute kilometer. With these, I can run it like a 350. Like it's mad. Like
Aye, they do make a big difference. They do make a big difference. But anyway, welcome to the BioFit Fuzz podcast, everybody. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I know it was a bit unorganised, but I'll take that one on the chin. That was my fault.
Shannon, you just taking the Fifth Amendment here, are you?
It's like, I
Shannon,
don't know when to
Shannon
jump
pleads the
in.
fifth.
Fifth, yeah. Shannon's not well, so this might be another episode where Shannon just
Oh,
sits in silence. So,
I think my fucking earphones have just died.
well,
Oh no.
I was going to say, speak no evil, hear no evil. Between the two of you, speak myself. Gary can't even hear us. Half days. Shannon, how are
Mate,
you?
I
I'm
am
back.
a sicka chicka, but we're here. We've got a white monster. We're basic as fuck. Let's rock and roll with today's topic.
I like your wee half sip.
Kids section and petties. Skinny queen here, getting into age 14 to 15.
Well, I was going to say, Shannon, you said let's get into the topic, but this is your topic. Gary's was last week. This is your topic. Bring it up. Tell us what you heard.
Oh, well, I was going to tell you all about my half sip now because we got distracted. It's age 14 to 15. It's either I'm really skinny or kids are really big this day and age, and I'm pretty sure it's the second option because ain't no way should I be getting into a 14-year-old's tracksuit bottoms and top.
Yeah, see, when I used to work in a sports shop, I would honestly get after Christmas, there'd be like a child, sorry, there'd be a mother who'd come up to the desk and like, you told me this 14 to 15-year-old would fit my child. I was like, well, firstly, I never did that. But secondly, I was like, you've brought your child beside you and he's like fucking 16 stone and 6'3". I was like, it's not a normal 14 to 15-year-old, Karen.
But now they're making sizes a bit more inclusive, I find, because why the fuck is a 30-year-old woman able to get into it? I'm like, where's the portions? That doesn't make sense.
I definitely think kids are getting bigger these days.
Yeah.
I'm in like just based off of the size of Freddie. He'll be 8 months in a week, and he is bigger than a 1 year old at his swimming lesson.
My friend Dawn's wee fella, he'll be 2 now in February. And he was like, I'd say he was about 8 months and he was getting into like age two clothes. He was a chunky. We were like getting ready for rugby. That's exactly what that man's going to play. He's a big boy.
He's been in 2 to 3 year old clothes since he was about 18 months. The size of the traps on the wee guy, the only reason I train these days is because I know before his fifth birthday, he'll be battering me if I'm not careful. So,
I love
yeah,
it. I apologies, I lost connection there. I seem to have just briefly connected to Shannon's Wi-Fi, but I'm back.
I
He's
was.
laughing about my Wi-Fi, but it's getting both of yous at the same time. So it's obviously able to like go across fucking countries.
I'm in the same country as you.
Well, Gary's not.
I was going to say, Gary, at the start of the podcast, your Wi-Fi did go a wee bit choppy at times, so maybe you have borrowed Shannon's Wi-Fi for a wee bit.
No, I got a full notification on my screen saying unstable Wi-Fi.
Cool.
It's me mom haunting you for making fun of me.
Shannon just gets notifications to say unstable.
Yeah.
I just get that every Tuesday from my therapist.
Oh,
So yeah, apologies if you didn't really hear what I was saying when I was talking at the
probably a
start of
good
the
thing.
pod. Probably a good thing I was talking absolute shite anyway. Um, yeah,
But
what's
yes, today's topic is we're going to school with Shannon today. So during the week, I was listening to a radio station called iRadio, and it's an Irish radio station, Gary, but follow along on my story. And they were discussing, yes,
is that what the I stands for?
I don't know. It's just iRadio. Dave Duke, shout out to Dave Duke. Love that man. He's brilliant. Uh, I met him, Gary, at Christmas. I nearly died.
Oh, fuck me.
Did he introduce himself to you because you were in the paper, or did you introduce himself to him because he's on the radio?
I introduced myself and I couldn't even speak. Adam had to speak for me. I got starstruck.
Jesus Christ.
I'll send you the photo afterwards.
How did you
But
recognise him? Did you just hear him speak? I fucking know
I
that voice.
literally recognized him and I heard the voice and I was like, oh my God, that's Dave Duke. And Adam was like, what? And I was like, I love this man. Like, I know his whole life. I know about him recently getting engaged. I know about his dog, Lenny. He's a sausage dog. I just love this man.
I
Tanya, check him
don't
out on TikTok. He's very funny.
I don't know if your partner is the person to be telling that you're stalking someone else.
Oh, he's aware of how many people I stalk. It's okay.
Kyle, we're just going to keep your hand up there because I know your shoulders are sore.
Oh, wow. Yeah, CrossFit sessions more than about 5,000 reps of shoulders. Based on Shannon's description of Dave Duke, how she met him, and her experience, Gary, do you think it's a waste of 3 grand Shannon paying for an autism test, or we should just diagnose her now?
I think that's one of the very few cases that we can self-diagnose and be correct.
I don't know what yous are on about. Like, I am just your average gal
Yeah,
living my best life.
living your best
Anyway,
life. Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
anyway, we'll get on to Dave Duke afterwards. But it wasn't his show, thankfully, because I would have been mad at him. It was another presenter on the radio, and they were on the topic of are people posting about their fitness and transformations too much online? So a heap of people, they put it out to their audience, and a heap of people were like, yeah, so sick of hearing about calories, so sick of hearing about your protein target. I don't care. Some people were like, you're making me feel insecure. But then the radio presenter went on to bring in how it's damaging for people with eating disorders and that we need to be a little more conscious of what we post online. And I was this close to ringing in, being like, I'm ready to rip you apart over it. So I want to hear your take first on what that topic, like this was, I'd say went on for a good hour, this topic on the radio.
So are people posting about their transformations and their health and fitness journey in general too much?
Yes.
Um, yes and no. I guess some people are literally posting every single minute of every single day of their journey, and I think it's a great thing. It's helping them document it. Some people might not like it. If that's something that you don't like, then unfollow, mute. You don't have to watch it. You're choosing to watch it and then getting pissed off by it. Fucking shut the fuck up. It's got nothing to do with you what other people post online. No matter what you do, literally no matter what you do online, somebody's going to be opinionated of it. Somebody's going to agree with you. Somebody's going to agree with you. See, as long as you don't feel that you're posting too much, just click and keep doing it. Like, this is your journey. This is your social media. Your social media is there for you to do whatever the fuck you want with, within reason, of course. And if somebody else isn't happy with what you're doing, then that's a them issue. That is not a you issue. Might you be posting too much? Yes. Does it matter? No. I don't think it's damaging in my personal opinion. I'm not going to say professional. I don't think it's damaging in my personal opinion. Yes, we know some people out there have eating disorders or disordered eating patterns. Some people out there hate what they see in the mirror. They can be incredibly, overweight. They can be incredibly underweight. They struggle with their weight. They struggle with their eating. that is not up to them to then decide what you or I post online just because they have some issues that they need to work through on their own. They should be then reaching out and getting the help that they need rather than sitting feeling sorry for themselves, sulking that you are taking action and you're helping propel yourself forward and you're doing something that's going to benefit your longevity and your health. Does that make
Preaching
sense?
sister.
Does that make
I'm with
sense?
you,
Now, I,
100%.
I am trying to see it from both points of view. So that's why I said yes and no. But it's very, very hard for me to, unless Kyle's got something that he can throw in here right now, caffeine's not kicked in yet. It's very hard for me to sit here and defend someone that is telling someone else to stop posting their own journey on social media because it's their journey, it's their fucking social media, and they have free reign to document that however they see fit. Where it does become an issue is the messages that may be attached to those videos. You know, you have to do this to get in shape. You have to cut out carbs. You have to go on a fucking keto diet, X, Y, and Z, right? You have to eat carnivore. That's where the messages can be misconstrued, and um, that's where you can be, oh, fucking hell, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, fed bullshit, all right? You can be fed bullshit because something has worked for X doesn't mean it's going to work for Y. X and Y being people, all right? So that's maybe where I would say it can be a bit problematic, which is why you've got these fucking dickheads like Eddie Abu and Coach Carnivore Cam. I don't know if he's have came across that absolute fucking weapon yet. That's why they are so popular because they are speaking to an audience and people are buying into that bullshit and they think that that's what they have to do to get in shape. Yes, it works for a couple of people. You know, going on the carnivore diet, you're going to lose weight because you're cutting out a full fucking macronutrient. But then people buy into that bullshit and they think, oh, this is the way to live. This is the only way for you to get in shape. You know, be healthy, happy, whatever it is. So maybe I would say it depends on the message that is attached to your posts and your videos. If you're essentially just documenting your journey, then you can post as much as you fucking want. But if there's an ulterior motive there and you're trying to attach a message to the like off the back of your journey and potentially try and even sell somebody something, then that's where it could become a wee bit problematic. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Kyle, you want to dive in and disagree with me because you love disagreeing with me?
he loves being controversial, our
He
Kyle.
does, he does.
I've said that word, trips. I think it was Ricky Gervais who made this point. Like, I think he made it 5 or 10 years ago about the internet. And he's like, don't know why everybody on the internet feels like they have to have an opinion about something. You can walk by a shop and you don't have to go, I hate that shop. Now, that might not be the exact analogy that you use, but like, you don't go down the high street and go, you shouldn't have that shop there. You just, you know what? You don't look at it. You don't go into it. You walk by it. Like, you have the ability to do that. If only on Instagram we had the ability to mute, unfollow. Like, imagine we had that ability to do that. But when it comes to people being offended, actually, there was a really good podcast on this. It would be great if I had my references here, but there was a really good podcast on people being addicted to pain and being addicted. So people are actually addicted to the gambling, not actually for the winning, but actually addicted to the losing side of things because they don't get that feeling in their day to day. So people are addicted to pain and addicted to being misery a lot of times. I feel a lot of this can come down to like just being miserable for the sake of miserable because there's certain things that like give you a response that like if you can't feel overjoyed then you want to feel miserable. What I am going to say, because apparently I've been labelled science guy though, and it goes back to your earlier point, you talked about children getting bigger, you talked about people getting bigger. There's science behind that. We are on average 10 kilos heavier than what we are 20 years ago. That's 5 kilos as a human beings on average. We are 5 kilos per 10 years. That's not a good trend to have. So if we look at that and go, yes, that's a very worrying trend. But what happens if we don't speak about health, fitness, fat loss? It's triggering for a lot of people because they don't want to do anything about it. They don't know how to do things about it. What annoys me is people putting their fucking Christmas trees and starting to celebrate Christmas in September. But do you know what? It is what it is. Live and let live. See if people start posting fucking Mariah Carey in September, they're getting muted. It's like, It annoys me. There's several things that annoy me on Instagram. If I was to go through everything that annoyed me on Instagram, it's the same people posting the same weekends. I've got a guy who constantly puts up a pint of Coors on a Friday night, and you can fucking tell he's putting Coors Light. He changes it to Coors Light. Single guy in his 40s, Coors Light, and you just know that there's Davy Boy on the sesh again. No see him till Tuesday. It's like, well, that annoys me, but that's not. There's nobody in iRadio fucking talking about Davy Boy and Coors Light. Like, fucking leave me and my fat
That
loss
is
alone, you gimp.
that is fucking tremendous, pa. That is so good.
I can't
Just
wait to
who was
post
like,
this Friday, Hers Light.
Dry January, Shannon.
I've
Can't.
never had a Hers Light in my life, but I'm excited.
oh, that fucking tickled me, honestly. I just wasn't expecting it, man. That
For
is
what
so
it's
good.
worth, Shannon, I think he's got a version of autism as well, but we'll not go into that.
Anyway,
Sure, everyone's got it now. That you just catch these
It's
things,
not
I
fucking.
believe.
It's not contagious, Shannon.
well,
I don't
according to
know. I think I
uh,
caught it.
yeah,
I don't think
according to
I was
people,
born this way.
nowadays, it is fucking contagious.
Yeah.
People seem to be catching it left and right.
And do you know what? It's far too controversial for the podcast. What I was about to say, so I'm going to give.
Oh, go for it. We can edit it out
Oh,
afterwards.
No, no, it's no.
speak for yourself, Shannon. I'm the one that does the fucking editing.
I made little clips last week.
Kyle, come on, give us it.
I was going to say, if you'd seen half the people in Talonstown where Shannon lived, you would think it's probably contagious. Something in the water over there.
No, that's inbred. That's different.
All right.
Well, if you're inbreeding and one of you has autism, then you're probably passing it down from cousin to cousin. Apologies, apologies.
Apologies to Talonstown. No, actually, fuck Talonstown. I don't even like the place, if I'm honest. But we've just put my safety at danger because, me being a local celeb now, Kyle, people are going to find out I live here and they're going to hunt me down. So thanks for that, boss. Uh,
Shannon, I had a literal picture of my house on Instagram on Sunday. There's 4,000 people who now know where I live. So yeah, we're okay. There's two of us.
Yeah, and
well,
it's
to be
specified as.
fair,
Sorry, on you go, Shannon.
for ages I didn't know where your house was. When you used to tell me where you lived, I was visualizing a completely different house.
And now it's specified as on at the corner.
Oh no,
On.
that was already there. I had a different corner in my head.
And that, folks, is autism.
Shannon, what's your take on it? Because I know you were kind of agreeing with the majority of what I said, but how annoyed were you getting when you were listening to the radio?
I was getting so annoyed that I was going to actually text in, and that's very unlike me because, like, no way would I get on the radio. But I was like, first of all, and it's no diss to iRadio because I fucking love iRadio if I'm honest. But the two girls that were talking, they were like making jokes about being like, oh, sure, everyone's a dietitian now when it comes to January, blah, 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 blah. And then they started bashing in on people. And I was kind of like, well, yous are no better to begin with because yous are kind of bashing people for trying to be healthy in the new year and saying that they're not qualified to talk about it. But yet yous have brought this to a radio. Neither one of yous are qualified then to talk about it. Everyone that had texted in from the point that I had listened to, now I missed some of it at the end, but in the politest way possible, and I love being Irish, but we're miserable bastards. We will not support each other. Like, we are very small town syndrome in the whole of Ireland. Like, someone does well, they don't deserve it, is the kind of attitude. They'll like pretend to support you, but they don't really, I find. There's always a bitterness, and it's just an Irish thing. You ask any Irish person, it's well known that like we are just not very good at supporting. We're also very shit at taking compliments. Just an Irish thing. It's culture, But every single person was like making it about them, and that was driving me wild. I was like, if you think I get up in the morning and I'm going to start posting for you, you have another thing coming because this is my page, this is my stuff. You don't like it, you can move the fuck on. That is it. You don't have to follow, you don't have to view it, you can mute it like you said. But my main thing is, I think the fact that we now are in a society that makes you have to believe you have to like perform for every single person you know. It just seems baffling to me. Like when again that person they're probably posting stuff that I don't fucking give a shit about. But you know what? I'm not texting them saying I don't like that you're posting that you're out every weekend. I just swipe past the story because that's what normal people do.
It's if you wake up with the intention of trying to please everyone, you're going to end up pleasing no one. You know what I mean? You're going to
Mm.
make yourself miserable. You're going to piss everybody else off because you're trying to change how you view things and change how you speak and change how you live your life just to keep other people happy. I'm actually re-listening to the Let Them Theory right now. This is my book for January. Obviously I started the
Mel
year saying I want to,
Roberts.
yeah, Mel Robbins, yeah, yeah. I've listened to it before, but you know that way when you listen to an audiobook, I'm I love an audiobook, but I do it. I'll listen to an audiobook when I'm driving, when I'm walking, when I'm running. Sometimes I miss things. 2 seconds, Shannon. I'll come back to you. So I've started to re-listen to it, and I'm actually picking up things that I've missed the first time. And I'm actually literally just finished the chapter about friends and family feeling like they have some form of control over you, and they're always going to be opinionated. And again, no matter what you do or what you say, you'll have people that agree with you, you'll have people that are neutral, and you'll have people that disagree with you. So you may as well do what fuck value wise, you may as well do what makes you happy. You don't try and change and shapeshift just to please other people because no matter what you do, somebody's going to have something bad to say about it. You can't control what they do or how they think or how they feel, but you can control how you think, feel, what you say and what you do. Do you know what I mean? So if you want to document your journey on social media without any ulterior motives, fucking have at it. Go for it. Like fuck the haters. Like it's a them issue. See if they've got something that's kind of deep lying, something that they need to work hard on internally. That's a them issue. That is not a you issue. All right, you do you, enjoy yourself, become healthier, be happier. Let them go and do what the fuck they want. Let them be miserable. Just don't let them drag you down with them. What were you going to say, Shannon?
I also have listened to the Let Them Terry book before, but I want to know this is just a random question. Is it Mel's voice that's doing it?
Yeah,
I can't stand her voice, I'm
I
sorry.
know it's
Oh,
tough going. Yeah, it's
it's
proper.
pure American and I can't. You
I
know how
think
I
she's
feel
from the
about
mid.
Americans.
I think she's from the Midwest. I think she's from like Michigan or
Hi
something like that.
guys,
And
it's your friend Mel.
yeah, she's yeah. It's that's probably the only thing that makes it quite difficult to listen to. But I don't know. I quite like it. Like
Do you know what?
she's obviously done a lot of research on it. Apparently, she stole it from someone else though. I don't know how true that is. I would need to do a bit more digging into that. But yeah, apparently she stole it from somebody else and has made bank on it. Um,
There's a
Kyle,
perfect example of I don't really like Mel's voice, but you know what? I got through the book because I wanted to
of
learn about
course.
that. Oh,
Exactly.
she
Do
did
you
me
know,
tits in, but I finished the book.
I might actually just go on social media and just fucking bash her for speaking the way she speaks, for
Yeah,
sounding the way she sounds, and just go, fuck you, don't do any more audiobooks. You cow.
yeah. Get
She's
someone else to
knocking.
read for you.
Yeah.
Like bonkers behavior, in my opinion.
Do you know that this is probably the quietest that Cow's ever been, apart from when he's not been on the podcast.
I,
Oh, he
I,
took the Fifth Amendment.
no, no, I was thinking, considering Shannon wasn't speaking at the start of the podcast and Gary couldn't hear anything, I was just making sure that you guys were okay.
We're okay,
Thanks,
mate.
boss.
We're doing okay. If you get anything to add to the kind of like what we were talking about,
Controversial opinion, but I don't think the internet is for everybody. I
no,
No.
I agree.
I think, like I'm sure you see, right? So if I was, again, completely different side note here, I think more people than what you know have little burner accounts, the ones that are faceless, the ones that can comment on things, and it's because they deal
Hmm.
with what's going on that clearly they have issues. I do think that the way the internet has become with exactly how much you get. So again, on the same podcast, I think it was, is the social media is there to reflect. They've tried to put in, like, they've done a documentary on this years ago, but they've tried to replicate endorphins that you get in casinos. So casinos were built on the back of, because casinos apparently only ever used to take in like 20% of the revenue of like the actual slot machines and stuff, only took out 20% of the revenue, whereas now they're 90. What they've changed is the fact that like people will still gamble even if they're losing if there's visual stimulus in front of them, because they took it from kids playing games. So a lot of the casinos and stuff will have game type things, because you will continue, your brain will continue to play it because you think you're winning even though you're losing, right? So social media, it has been replicated to be quite similar to that. You pull it down, it's like a slot machine, all of the stuff comes to the top, the stuff that apparently you're, so it's no longer even who you follow, it's more so what you engage most with. I'm also going to be really controversial here, and it's probably not really controversial, but if you're giving time and energy to things that you don't like on the internet by like looking at them for longer, they're going to see more of that on your newsfeed. So you're actually, because you know what, it's keeping you on Instagram. So the biggest issue with that is the fact if you're spending ages going, I really don't like that, and writing a big comment on it, do you know what? You're going to get more of it because it's the algorithm's going, class. Cindy is staying on her phone looking at this content and is actually engaging with things, which is getting more people to look at comments and is getting more people involved. So really you're creating your own problem with a lot of things. There's no, the internet and what its form is right now, like this is the first time ever we've had to deal with that. Your your brains physically can't deal with it. We've still got very fucking primitive brains. If you look at any of the psychology behind that, we're literally, our brains haven't really evolved too much since we were cavemen and women. Given us all of that stimulus, it really is a lot for a lot of people to handle. And I put my hands up and go, myself included, I actively have times in my day, like I run a business on social media, I can't come off it completely, but I have things, I've got people that I like that I mute because I don't want to deal with their stuff. I've got, hold on a wee second, paused that there because Jen came into the room looking for her phone, and I can't really remember the flow because it was about 10 minutes ago what I was saying. I think it was something to do with the fact that social media is not for everybody and the dopamine and all
Yes.
that. But I think I'm pretty much just summarising my point in the sense that I do think to kind of fix the issue, we probably, in the future, especially with AI being there and faceless accounts, I think you probably will need ID for doing these type of things. They're already bringing that type of thing into some integrations. I know you'll have conspiracy theorists saying, "Oh, it's they're trying to track us and do everything." Man, you've got a phone on you; they can fucking track you if they want. It's like you're a contract on a phone, man. Like if they want to track you places, they'll track you places. But I do think they're probably going to get to the point where you have to, and I'm actually for it because I think if you're you shouldn't be able to hide through a faceless account, and if you are going to go on the internet, I do think there probably does need to be some psychological evaluations in terms of whether you should be able to use it or what you should be able to do on it, controversially.
Quite a good
Not that
controversial opinion.
controversial.
It's quite good. Personal opinion, I don't want to be. I mean, I know you're saying all my information's on a phone, but I think that should be for me that I don't want to give any more. To be honest, like I think I've given enough. Do you know what I mean? But I think for extra protection on social media, with the whole faceless accounts and stuff like that. God, mind that video of me squatting and it was like faceless accounts that were bashing me
Yeah.
because of my hangy belly, even though I was 2 weeks out of my photo shoot. Fucking leanest I've ever been. Cause I squatted, my belly came over my shorts at the bottom of the squat.
I
Um,
got called fat on TikTok once from a faceless account. They were like a fat coach. I was like, rude.
oh
I'm in a
yeah.
bulk, bitch.
Me and Rachel have been watching, this is not fitness related, right? But me and Rachel have been watching loads of like reels about parenting and stuff like that. And um, like watching couples with their baby, the mum's being all gentle and loving, and the dad's being like a wee bit rougher and having a carry on. See the fucking shit that they get in the comments, and it's all from women. That's too rough for the baby. Baby's laughing. Baby's having a fucking great
Yeah.
time. That's too
He's
rough. That's
abusing
terrible.
baby.
Yeah,
Like, it's just,
he should not be allowed anywhere near children. Like fucking mental. Why do you have to go out your way to make a really negative fucking comment like that? Like it just completely baffles me. It blows my mind how people are so fucking negative all the time and they actually take their time out of their day to write out a comment that is so fucking far away from reality. and think that they're right and then start backing it up in the replies. It's fucking nuts to me.
I've said this in a podcast, like one of probably the first ones we do, and I'm going to quote him again. Michael Jackson sang a song, "If you want to make the world a better place, you need to take a look at yourself and make a change." And I think it stands true because so many people. I think it was Aaron Smith, one of the PTs around here, who put up on his story today saying most people don't feel great, but don't know why they don't feel great, and they've never actually felt good. And I think that's a very permanent point in the sense that I heard another quote, third one that I'm going to hit in a row. Michael Jordan doesn't sit on his keyboard arguing with people on the internet. Or sorry, we'll even stop that. Make that shorter to the actual comment. Michael Jordan doesn't argue with people on the internet. He's got too much shit to do. He's too busy. He knows his purpose in life. I think people without purpose, people without direction, the type of people that are getting offended. I don't like things on the internet. I see all the videos that you guys see. Like, there's people on the internet. I know, like, for instance, some people don't like Andrew Tate. Some people don't like. There's an opposite of Andrew Tate. I can't remember her name, but like,
You guys don't like Molly May.
I just, well, to me, I don't really use Instagram. Like, I prefer educational based stuff rather than entertaining based stuff. And I think Molly May is very good for sorry, she's very good for entertaining, or even probably just this whole, like, what's it called, influencer stuff. I don't follow a lot of people like that because I'm like, I just don't, yeah, anyway, like, the point to it is,
Anyway,
you can follow whatever one. What you said, Gary, in terms of the parenting thing, like you've got all these people getting butt hurt because they don't feel great by themselves and feel that they need to impose their way on the rest of the world. Nobody who's doing better than you will ever give you a slag, and it's always people who are beneath you. And I think that's the internet. Last quote from another person, but the internet has given you the internet has made people too comfortable to be able to make comments without getting punched in the face. And I think that was Mike Tyson that said
hmm
that. And I 100% agree. There's no repercussions. I think that's also why I go back to, and I probably would question you, Gary. It's not a questioning you in terms of you're wrong on this, but I'm like, what more information could they get from us they don't have already? Like, there's not a lot that they can find out about me. They have my location coordinates. They've got, if they wanted to, all my phone is my bank details, the people I most frequently contact. I don't think there's a lot of information that they can take from me that they don't already have. I've got nothing to hide, so take them. Like,
Yep, you do have a very good point, mate. And to be fair, I think hearing Keir Starmer talk about digital fucking ID and all that stuff like that, anything that that guy says, you just automatically think that it's not good for you or your country or your way of life. So I've
I forgot
definitely,
that's coming into use, isn't it? That
well,
you,
uh, he's trying to push it, yeah. What?
yes, Kyle.
So,
I know that we're free PTs in the podcast and we're possibly diving into issues that we're not qualified to talk
Qualified.
about, but at the same time, I think it's a very pertinent point though. Like, overcorrection happens because things were too loose. So you see it with the mortgage situation. They used to give a mortgages to everybody, and that's Ireland and the UK. They're now doing the opposite, where it's really difficult to get a mortgage, and that's because it was far too loose. In my opinion, agree or disagree with it, the immigration issue has come up massively. You're seeing lots of multi cultures coming into Ireland, Scotland, America. You're seeing lots of that because since the inception of travel and how easy it is to travel, is like you can go to countries for better lives and better things. And with that, there hasn't been enough regulation around that. The overcorrection to that is digital passports. You can't, in my opinion, you can't have it both ways. You can't be somebody who is very much going, immigration is wrong, but I'm dead against this digital passport. Well, I'm like, well, you can moan about both things, but come up with a solution then. You tell me what the solution is. And I'm not saying that you have an opinion on either of them. It's just more of a case of, I hate people that stand on the fence and just want to moan about things for the sake of moaning it, because you do get that. You moan about this, you moan about that, but you don't have a solution. Tell me what the solution is, because right now, yes, that might be an overcorrection for it, but do you know what? If it solves the issue of the fact that people are going, I don't feel safe in my own country, and there's so many people coming from dangerous countries and whatever, problem probably that we partly created in the first place. Tell me what other options that you have.
I mean,
That drives me
fucking,
wild, that kind of stuff, the sitting on the fence, especially when it comes to like voting. See, cunts that aren't even registered to vote. And then they're giving out about every. Shut the fuck up.
Sit down.
Literally, shut the fuck up. Go
sit
register to
down.
vote and then put your opinion on the paper, please.
I Kyle, I thought you were just about to get us cancelled there when you almost had a wee kind of tongue slip. when you try to say multicultural, you always say multicolored.
No, multicultural. I was going to say that I was never.
No,
Well,
I know you said multicultural, but you went multicolor, cultural.
right, okay, well, this might get us cancelled. I am going to say something that probably is. I think it's absolute nonsense that you can't say that people have different skin colours from different places because the majority of people do. I'm not saying it in terms of a slur, but at the same time, if you're from India, there's a good chance that you're going to look with a different skin colour than me. Like, it's probably a good premise to say if you're coming from a different country, you can probably make an assumption there is a slight difference in skin tone because they have this big thing up in the sky that we don't have called the fucking sun. Like we don't have that. Like, yeah, I'm going to leave it there before I do get us cancelled.
Yeah, this is a topic for another day. I think we could get very controversial here. Um, Anything else that's been happening on the old socials that you've seen that's pissed you off?
Well, not pissed. Well, no, it hasn't really pissed me off, but you probably wouldn't have seen anything to do with this, but the first autistic Barbie was launched, right? Did
Right?
neither of you seen this? Right. Barbie have launched an autism Barbie. So autism Barbie's accessories are ear defibrillators. Is that how you say it? Ear defibrillators. Defibrillators? Yes. Is it? Headphones.
The ear defib or noise cancelling
Noise
fucking
cancelling,
things.
yeah.
Yeah,
Defibrillate? Is that
I
what you
think a
call?
defibrillator is what you use to like kick life into people that have
I don't know. I'll have to
like
double check.
step back,
Anyway,
three, two, one, boom.
noise cancelling headphone things.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a fidget spinner
Brilliant.
and an iPad, I think. Right?
Excellent.
Now, big thing for autistic children being like, there's a Barbie like me. There is adults in the comments being like, she does not represent me. That's not what autism looks like to me. And I'm like, it's a fucking doll. It's a doll.
I've just Googled it and
Yeah.
yeah, she's not your typical Barbie doll. I would say she has come straight from somewhere that does have sun.
Yeah.
So she's all inclusive.
She's doing bits.
Fucking
Yeah, she's doing bits.
nonsense. Fucking nonsense. I'm sorry. I'm done. Like, it's one lot of shit. Do you know this pish, like, try to make James Bond fucking a female or, like, whatever? Like, it's just, it gets on my tits because I'm very much like, do you know what? He's a character and this is the character. Don't fucking. If we changed the Black Panther to being white, there'd be fucking outrage. The Black Panther
Yeah.
is black. Let's keep it that way. That's a character. The Black Panther can be like, I love fucking Miles Morales. He's black. Don't give a fuck. Like, genuinely, like, it's, you have different characters. Blade is one of my favourite films. Again, it's like, you don't change the fucking colour of somebody because it's like, it's more inclusive. I'm like, I think that's racist by its very fucking premise. Like, make a new character, make him cool. There you are. There's your fucking answer. You don't need to take a character and change it to your narrative. Like, for me, when I watched Barbie, the film with Margot Robbie, that was about as artistic as you could get a Barbie anyway. I don't think you need to fucking change her.
Don't you diss the Barbie movie. It was fucking magical.
I'll tell you why, Shannon, because it represented you. There you go.
That's literally what world looks like to me. I'm like, oh.
Kyle, I know it was a hard workout this morning, mate, but you don't need to take it out on us.
Yeah.
You asked me, right?
Don't need to take it out on poor artistic Barbie.
I was trying my best to filter myself, and then you were like, "Oh, okay, we're still speaking." Well, there you are. What have you done? What have you gone and done?
Anyway, but
My
yes,
fault.
they're trying to be super inclusive. I do see the point because they do have other Barbies now with different disabilities that would probably little girls would appreciate. But it's the grown ass adults losing the fucking plot that have me going, oh lads, now we've lost it. If you're getting upset about doll you're not buying, what the fuck is this? There's Barbie in a
Yeah.
wheelchair. Like, there's different Barbies now. A few years ago, you could only get the one.
Before I tear my fucking hair out about why the fact there's different Barbies and stuff, you used to just have Action Man and it was Action Man by himself. Action
Well,
Man's
maybe they
probably.
need an autistic action man.
Well, do you know what? I think Action Man's been cancelled because he's too masculine, so that doesn't represent most
See, now
modern
that you say that,
males.
yeah, I don't see an action man anymore.
No, because
There's none.
apart no, because there's no fucking good heroes anymore. Because apparently that's too. I don't know what's it called,
You
toxic
can't be
masculinity.
toxic masculinity. That's a big one too.
I'll tell you the last thing that we'll touch on, unless anybody else wants to touch on it. But I seen a video. I don't know if you've seen it or not, where there was a guy talking about how he's been diagnosed with PTSD because he got shown a video, an explicit video, without consent. And I was like, man, this guy did not grow up with two girls, one cup. This guy did,
Oh,
Human
oh,
centipede. He
man,
didn't grow up in that time.
Jesus,
talking about consent, man. We were watching videos that were Bluetooth to each other, like fucking ISIS, man. I did,
mate,
like,
beheadings and shit, like just
beheadings and stuff.
fucking. Oh,
If he got PTSD from watching whatever it was that he watched, and I can't even remember what it was he watched. I think I just looked at it and went, nonsense. But I was like, the internet is not for everybody. Get off it. Go and hide in your room. There's plenty of
yeah,
people
Go
that do
touch
it.
some grass.
yeah. Just the one of the worst things that I seen growing up was One Man, One Jar.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that myself, yeah.
That was absolutely horrific. If anybody doesn't know what it is, don't look it up.
Don't.
I I seen a video of a guy with a kitchen knife chop off his own penis.
Oh, mate, seen that as well. Oh,
Okay, no. That's
seen
not
that
for
as
me.
well. Yeah, that was awful. Anyway, let's move on because there is so many other gruesome videos that I could sit here and list, and I don't want to cause all of our listeners to have PTSD. Um,
Well, we didn't
Kyle,
they didn't consent to hearing about all this now, lads. They didn't consent.
what's something that's
Oh,
pissed you off
please.
this week, Kyle?
That literally
Literally that.
that has pissed me off. I did whilst you were talking. I did go through my news feed just to see what Instagram looks like. Now, bear in mind, I do follow a lot of coaches and people who are into fitness, like as directed through my ads and stuff. There's people that I'll follow back who are into fitness. Is why they're here. But I think when I look at it, that like the first 20 posts that came up are all, this is how to get lean. This is the type of
Yeah.
foods to eat. I don't necessarily think that's like you didn't see any of that in your newsfeed in December, and nobody was complaining because like it wasn't the narrative. January is the biggest clean slate Monday for most people, and that's okay. I said it on my story the other day though, and I'm going to wrap it up with that point though. See if you find all that stuff inspiring, and to be fair, some of it I do. Like I'm like, crack on, enjoy yourself. But see if it is something where you're comparing yourself and you're going, I'm not where I should be, and that's making me feel like, for instance, for me, like if I looked at my 20-year-old self or a 20-year-old PT who is like training 20 hours a week, I'm like, I can't do that. And for me, I'm like, if this guy's giving me advice and tell me I need to do this 9-day training split, I'm like, I'm going to mute you. Or I'm going to scroll by your stuff without caring because I'm like, it's just not for me and that's okay. But you have that option too. You can exhaust it. It's not hard to mute people. So do it like
Yep. If you're wanting to share your story on social media and your journey, please go for it. If somebody comments negatively, fuck them. That's a
Delete.
them problem. Yes, it's a them issue, not a you issue. If you're one of these people that is going around looking for things to moan about and comment negative things on other people's posts, fuck you.
Yeah.
No
Let
other way to put
people
it.
live. Let them do their
Exactly.
thing.
And do you know what? And see if it's offending you in any way, shape, or form. Grow the fuck up.
That's the other side. Like these are grown ass adults, like cop on. You can just deal with your own shit.
Yes.
I, I don't know.
Yes.
Like,
Well,
I don't know what you guys have going on. Well, I do know what you guys have going on in your life. But you know what? See when I'm
You
looking at
should
going,
know.
yeah. But see when I'm going, I'm sleep deprived. I haven't had any time to myself. I feel like dog shit. The last thing I want to do really is sit arguing with people on the internet. If anything, I'm going, how do I get myself some time? How do I make myself feel better? The other thought processes I have, now again, I'm aware that like, I know some of the coping strategies for that. But at the same time, like, I can't imagine sitting, getting joy off of arguing with people. Do you know what frustrates me the most? It wasn't a this week thing. But see on Facebook, how like I don't really use Facebook, but every time I do, I remember why I don't. You know that way that
Mm.
you look at the first two posts and you're like, that has no relative interest to me, and then you look at it and go, somebody you know's commented under it, but it's like they've commented something just completely silly. You're going, oh, the two roads in Bearsden have been closed off. The council need to be doing better. Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Well done, John.
A
Well done.
100%. It's always a John.
Yeah. Facebook is actually the worst for it. Like it really is, and you
Mhm.
get to see how ridiculous some people you know are. And I'm like, are you just sitting there posting comments all day?
We have see for the little kind of scheme that we are from, we have like a Facebook community group for that. So Moss Park and Cardonald, I think it is community group.
Now
And
you've
you
given
can,
your location, Gary. That's it. They're
that's
going to
fine.
get
there's
you now.
nothing more they can take from you, mate. You are out again.
Oh, we're all in danger, local celebs.
So, and I'm a member in that group because it's the most entertaining, right? People will come in and moan about a dog shitting on public grass outside the front of their house, but they'll hide behind an anonymous member account. So you don't actually have an anonymous account, but you can post anonymously, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. And then people are like, fucking come out, Mr. Anonymous and all that. Come and show us your face and we'll come and have a chat and stuff. And it's the most entertaining thing ever. I love it. But people are actually going out of their way to go on Facebook into this group, hide behind an
change their,
anonymous thing,
yeah,
and then comment to have a moan.
and then fight with people.
Yes.
The thing
Touch
is,
grass,
the,
please.
the thing
Touch the
is,
shitty grass.
the thing. I've actually no idea what the touch grass thing means. You've said it a few times, but what does it mean?
Oh, have you never been told to go touch some grass?
Aye.
Probably have and just ignored it because it's my right to ignore these things. But what does
Yeah.
it?
Oh, it's actually advised by medical professionals that like grounding yourself in
Grounding.
nature is very good for your mental health. So like if you go out, it must be an Irish thing to go be like, I'll go touch some grass or something. To go out and just be in nature to just fucking harmonize yourself a little bit more because you're fucking whacked,
Nah,
basically.
I disagree
Yeah.
because I actually think most of these cretins live in the hills in the first place. But
I
I
actually
was
know a doctor that would recommend going out, taking your shoes and socks off and wiggling your feet in the grass.
I don't.
Disgusting. Why would
I,
you be doing that? Oh no.
I don't take my shoes off in the house. I'm not taking my shoes
No,
off.
I don't either.
Nah.
And that's why we have autism, Kyle.
We. What do you mean?
We.
We.
I've passed it on to you now. Achoo!
yeah.
Um, here's a question. Um, to round it up, what is some of the daftest things that you've heard people say in real life?
About what?
Well, as in like just in general, I'll give you examples, right? So we're talking about like things on the internet that people get annoyed about. So when I used to work in the Hilton, you used to have probably some of the most intelligent people in the world to come out the lift and ask you how to get to level three. And you're like, well, go back in the lift and press level three. You had people come down to the health club and they're like, there really should be arrows pointing you towards the showers. I'm like, they're literally right. The changing rooms are smaller than the room I'm in right now. I'm like, they are literally there. You don't need arrows for that. You just need fucking open your eyes. Like those type of things where, like, sure, we went to college with Callum Pettigrew. Like, you know, stupid things that were said. Like, apparently, I couldn't talk to you when you were in the toilet because the toilet was soundproof, even though it was a wooden door that was like thinner than a sheet of paper.
Man, Callum Pettigrew, shout out Callum if you're listening. Yeah, he did come up with some absolute belters. Have you got any more? Any more examples whilst I think?
Well,
Uh,
go on, Shannon.
I
Sorry,
heard this one in the gym there a few weeks ago. I think I actually said it to you is a bunch of like young teenagers, I'd say easily some of them probably 14. I don't know how they were in the gym, but they were. We're all working out together and they were taking pre-workout beforehand. And one of the lads was like, oh yeah, I got this one here. And he showed it. And it was electrolytes. And they're like, oh lad, that gives you bipolar disorder. What? Salt. Salty water. I was
Well,
just sitting there going, oh, we've lost all like forms of education here now.
do you know what's happened there though? His parents are actually cousins, and they've just made it out as if it's salt that's fucked them up.
yes, 100%. I was at a few years ago, I was at the Scotland-Ukraine playoff game, the one that they beat us 3-1,
Yeah.
Kyle, you know the one I mean? And when we were all leaving, there was fans sitting clapping and whatever, and one guy was walking up the stairs with his son. His son was in floods of tears, and this guy was giving abuse to other fans, going, "Don't fucking clap them, blah blah blah." And I turned around and I went, "Fucking father of the year there." And he looked at me and he went, "Where's your son?" As if I needed a son to have a fucking to
An
comment on
opinion.
him abusing the other fans in the crowd, saying that they don't deserve clap because they got beat. Yeah, that was fucking nuts. One thing that somebody said to me recently that is very fucking stupid, in my opinion, is when they ask us about like specific ways that we are maybe parenting Freddie. If we've given him X, if we've given him Y, if we're going to do this, if we're going to do that, and we say no, and then we don't even need to give a reason for it, but 9 times out of 10 we do, and they say, "Well, it never done you any harm." Oh, really? Because when you look at all the numbers, we are more overweight. I've never known so many fucking people to be going to therapy because of issues from their childhood in my life. We have disordered eating patterns left, right, and centre. We have dis-eating orders left, right, and centre. We are fucked, mate. So do not look at me and say it never done you any harm because it fucking did.
The boomers have us all in therapy and traumatized, and then the Gen Zs or Gen X, whatever the babies are now that were baby then, they're getting all too woke at the moment. It's never ending.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. On that note, I was at Jen's dad's funeral the other week, and with that, obviously, they had all of the family, and I was like, oh, they are 18 or 17. They're 18, sorry. I was like, that's weird that they can now drink a beer, because obviously I was like, I'll not name who they were, but like there were distant relatives. And I was like, it's weird how they can now drink beers. I still remember them as kids. And then I was like 18. I was like, fuck, I had my first STI test when I was 17, but I was watching them, and I was like, this was his girlfriend, and they were sitting like doing that like playing clapping handies stuff, and I was like, what's the happening today? And it's like, oh, I think they're going to see each other for an hour or two, and then they're like going to go home and do that. I'm like, man, see, when I was 18, I was trying to rack up numbers. I was trying like, I was like, it's a very different. And I said that to his man. I was like, I was a very different 18 when I was 18. He's like, oh, the kids are
Yeah.
so different these days. So I'm like, that's mental. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't be further from what was happening. I don't know if I'd change it, to be honest. I think sometimes we grew up too quickly there, but I'm like, yeah, different.
No, I agree, man. I agree. One of the funniest comments, and I don't know why it's just popped into my head, was one that my wee brother said to me about 13 years ago, 12, 13 years ago, and this will be the last thing that I say because we need to wrap it up. So, um, he must have been about 11, 12 at the time, right? So just a young boy. And he was asking me what an acoustic guitar was. So I was explaining to him what an acoustic guitar was. And he turned around and said, now bear in mind, this is a long time ago. Oh, is that the one Taylor Swift plays? And I thought, out of all the fucking musicians in the world that play acoustic guitars, you chose Taylor Swift. An
There's
11-year-old
nothing wrong with
boy.
Taylor Swift.
No,
Don't,
she wasn't as
don't be
big
coming at
back
my Taylor
then.
Swift like that.
She wasn't
I
as
am
big back
offended.
then. She wasn't as big back then as what she is now. And
She's a
he
superstar.
said, as an 11-year-old boy, is that the one Taylor Swift plays? For fuck's sake, mate. There is so many other cooler musicians that plays acoustic guitar better than Taylor Swift plays.
An example, please.
I mean,
I,
Ed Sheeran for one is cooler, plays the
Yeah, I
acoustic
knew
guitar
it was going to
better.
be Ed Sheeran. Fuck Ed
However,
Sheeran.
I don't like him, but Paolo Nutini, cool as fuck, plays acoustic
Oh
guitar.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll
um,
just leave that one.
I
The
love that
Proclaimers,
man.
the Proclaimers, hands down, better than Taylor Swift any day of the week. Fucking amazing live acoustic guitar. Shannon doesn't know who the Proclaimers are, but it's fine.
No,
You'll know
it's
their
okay.
song.
I'm better with like hearing a song or that. I'm terrible with like names or like never take me to a pub quiz because like see when they whip out that sheet and it's like name these celebrities. Gone. Haven't a Scooby Doo who any of them are.
thanks very much for listening to Biofitness Pod.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye!